Viewer discretion.
If you're listening to this, you are the resistance.
Hey everybody, it's dafobra, and I'm back in New York. And, you know, it's bittersweet to be back home. It's about the first time in about 3 weeks I've been on this bike. My bike was mostly sitting. Not a big deal. If you saw my vlog from Florida, I was on a 2015 R1. That was pretty sweet. And, yeah, that was pretty awesome, actually. But I had a great time, and that was a great trip. We went down to Florida to see my dad, and we drove down. And on the way down, on the way down, I said, you know, let me do it with Dan a call. So I called Do It With Dan. He's like, dude, I'm not too far. That we usually stop in like South Carolina, middle of South Carolina, because the freaking Carolinas are huge. So we're going down, and Dan's like, yeah, come on down here, meet me here, blah, blah, blah. All right, good. We're going to keep going. So we keep going. Now, we've been in the car, you know, on and off for whatever, I don't know, 14, 15 hours. But I'm like, it's all right. We're going to go meet Dan. We're going to have a good time. He's got, you know. So we decided to call for a hotel around there. And no hotels within like 30 miles have any vacancies. It's insane. I don't know what's going on in that part of Georgia. So couldn't get anything. What are we doing here? Couldn't get anything, so decided to just forget about this. Said, you know what, Dan, it's not going to work out tonight. And he felt bad, but it was no big deal. I knew we'd meet up with him again. And I'm going to go straight. These lights. This is a photo light. Figured, you know what, no big deal. We'll meet up with him. We'll meet up with him another time. Maybe hit him on the way back. So I was contacted by Dirk, and he wanted me to, he said, if you're going to be rolling through Jacksonville, hit me up. I said, all right, you know, we'll do that. So we ended up going to Kingsland, Georgia that night. We did almost 940 miles. Dude, I was wiped out. And, you know, woke up the next morning. We were 3 miles from the Florida border. We went up to Jacksonville. We met up with Dirk and Chase Jasper Down. Really good guys, and I'm very, very glad I was able to meet up with them. I'm going to turn off here. Oh, so's my little Crown Victoria friend? No, he's not. I was real glad I was able to meet up with them, because what a bunch of quality guys, man. What a bunch of quality guys. I mean, I was there 5 minutes. I felt like I knew the guys forever. Super nice, beautiful motorcycles that Dirk has. Holy cow, but more on that later. So he's like, hey man, Saturday, we're going to be doing a memorial ride for Jeff the Florida Rider. Now, as you know, I never got to meet Jeff the Florida Rider. And I said, man, I don't have anything, but I do have my helmet, because I'm, a good friend of mine taught me, if you go anywhere near, there might be some other motovloggers, bring your helmet. So I brought my helmet, and I just happened to bring the GoPro, but that's all I had. He's like, dude, I got you. I'll let you ride one of my bikes. I'll let you... Hello. I'll let you ride a bike. I'll get you gear. Don't worry about it. He goes, dude, I'm like Revzilla. So after talking to the wife, she said, yeah, go for it. So left the house at 5:30 that morning, because it was about 2 hours away. And met up with them. And walking through Dirk's garage was like this. He's got a night rod, an older V-rod. He's got some kind of a full-fairing Harley. He's got his beautiful S1000RR, and he's got this brand new R1. And he said, well, you could ride the night rod or the R1, your choice. So after I cleaned myself off, I said to him, I'll take the R1. I think I probably sounded like a little kid pointing to the side of a good humor truck, you know. I like the night rod. I really do. It's a beautiful bike, and I was thinking about it, but come on, it's a 2015 R1. So it was great, man. That bike was beautiful. Dirk hooked me up with a brand new set of Dainese MIG gloves. I think they were Dainese MIGs. And Moto Twitch lent me his jacket, Icon Overlord Textile, which I ended up buying off him because I actually liked it. It's nice white. But super guys, man. Talk about being welcomed. Talk about a turn signal. All right. Yeah. Talk about being welcomed in. I mean, these guys are great. So we had an amazing ride. Met some really cool people. Finally met Downshift. Dude, he's one of the nicest guys. He really is. So the whole day was just amazing. despite a 2-hour drive home in Florida rain. But it was just a great experience to meet all those guys, and I'm glad to call them all friends now. So, what else? I met up with Chief J Motovlogs. He messaged me on Instagram. He was passing through, and he met me. I was at Target Target shopping. And I'm like, dude, come on over here. Met that guy, really nice. And then on the way back, I was able to meet up with Dan. And it was, you know, I tell you something. You talk about a guy who has a ton of subscribers, right? And you talk about a lot of guys who are big guys with egos. And I'm not just talking about motovloggers. I'm talking about YouTube in general. Just a real, I know he does that whole, a real boy, but he is a real boy. He's a real guy. You know, at least that's the impression I got. And just super nice guy. It almost seemed like he was more excited to meet me than I was to meet him. So, like I said, I've been talking to Dan since he started when he had his candy tiche and blue F4i that looked like mine. So it was just a great, the whole trip to Florida, completely unexpected, and it was all about meetups. And speaking of meetups, what do we got this weekend for him? We have Operation Cheesecake. That's right, come down Operation Cheesecake, Saturday. So we're going to be meeting up in Long Beach, New York at a diner, or meet us after breakfast if you don't feel like eating breakfast. It's going to be a good time. There's a Facebook page, and it's all about meeting up, man. That's what makes this whole thing worthwhile. You know, there's so many times where I don't want to be bothered with all this anymore, but then you figure out all the good people that you meet, and you say, you know what, it is worth it. It's worth it because of this. It's worth it because, you know, my trip to Florida became, a little bit better because of the people I met and the new friends I have now. So get yourself out there, come on out, have a good time, and maybe on Saturday, I'll see you. Ride safe. See ya. This bike is sick. This bike is ridiculous.